Yep, we just keep on getting them. Another box. This time we're going to be doing a lot more in relation to some electronics and lighting some things up and finishing a few parts off. So stay tuned. This is your Geek Fix. So here we have it. Yet another box, but this one has some important parts in it. I did, at the end of our last build, take a little peek inside of here just to see what was in there, because I had a feeling. And sure enough, as you can see, like right here, here we have some parts to kind of start finishing up. Not only finishing up our stand, but actually being able to get it to light up. Here's the instructions for doing that. We've got some more parts that have wings and things, which means we're going to have more things that open up and stick out. Some more details. And then this build has issues 75 through 78. I'm kind of running out of space for even looking at the magazines. These magazines start getting into things like Thor, the Illuminati, the Ice Armor, his 2020 armor, and Wanda as well. Now, just to remind you, we are in episode or issue 75 that I'm starting off with, and this is out of 100 stages. So, with that, we're most of the way through, 3/4 of the way through already. And this one we're gonna be opening up. Let's see here, 75. This is 76. 75. There we go. This one we're using this box right here. It looks like we do have some loose screws right there. And in this case, we're talking some more EM screws, as well as a couple of RP screws, which means we're only using one of each, basically. So, there's a little tiny silver part that you don't want to lose, which is right here. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this part. Look, it has coating and color on both sides. I'm going to be taking that part first, and I'm going to be flipping it over and attaching it to this piece right here, exactly here, just like this. And I'm going to be using one of those long RP, I think it was, screws. And we're going to be inserting it right here and just screwing that all the way on in. Just like that. Again, I want to make it a little tight. These are both plastic pieces in this case, so don't want to overdo it, but there we go. That's pretty good. Alright, perfect. Now I'm going to just flip that over. I'm going to take that little piece, that little greebly piece that we've got, and I'm going to put the black part, the black circle, upward at the top, just like that. Boom. There you go. And perfect. So, there we go. We got a wing going. Perfect. Alright, put that to the side now. And believe it or not, we're actually doing more with it. I don't need to put it to the side because we're bringing back the part that we worked on last time. I keep putting this arc reactor in there, which I shouldn't, but at the same time. Alright, I think they want to surprise you, make you do it at the very end. So we're going to actually put that wing now on this side right here. So you see that there's this little slot right here. I'm going to be sliding this into there, like so, apparently. Just like that, I guess. Yep, that is it. And then we're going to secure that, most likely. Are we securing it with an EM screw? Alright, that's in a very odd way, too. So, and I'm putting it right like Oh, here we go. Okay, there we go. And I am screwing into middle, so I'm going to do it as tight as I can. Tight as I can, tight as I can, tight as I can. There. Okay, is that the only screw we're putting in? 1 EM screw, and that's it. So now we've got this piece that feels kind of loose to me. Don't like how loose that is. So that's kind of cool. Look at that. Got the wing that's on the back. Looks really good on all that. So anyway, that wraps up 75 and allows us to move on to 76. '76, which is actually the same thing, different side. I believe that's this one right here. Actually, this says 75. Interesting. '76. Oh, interesting. I think I might have gotten an extra piece by accident. I don't know. We'll find out very soon. Here's 76, okay. More screws, same 2 types. Already know what to be doing with these. So again, taking that part, sliding it into here, then taking our longer of the 2 screws, putting that in from the outside, just like so. And putting it all the way on through. Oops. Okay, there we go. And then popping that piece right here, which is going to be going upward on this side like that. And now again, I believe when I turn the page, it'll have me attaching it to the opposite shoulder of the other one that I already have in place. So sliding it in to right here like so, flipping it over. Yep, and then flipping it over onto the other side. And then the trick is getting it in just enough. So, sliding it right there. Making sure. Last time I went a little bit too tight. Don't want to, do that again, although, looks like. Okay, and good enough. And so now we've got both of those wings on there. Kind of cool. And then put this over here for a minute. That takes us on to 77. Which is starting to get into parts, I believe, that have to do with my bass. But let me see here. 77. Oh no. Is it possible? I think so. I gotta go back and watch the video, but I think that they sent me the wrong part. I thought it looked like I had 2 of the same part, and I do. So I got two of these when I shouldn't have. I got 2 75s and not the 77. So I'm missing box 77, which is pretty important, I think, for some other parts I'm going to be doing. This is actually what holds the arms together, I guess. So I've got to contact them about that tomorrow. Box 77. So we're gonna have to skip over that part and hope that we don't need it in a few seconds here. But you know, with my luck, it's a chance. Yeah, that's the part we need, all right.
Thank you for calling Fanhome. How may I help you today?
So I contacted Fanhome and told them what happened and what pieces or phases I was missing. And then 2 days later, I got it in the mail. And I should say that I live in the state right next to where Fanhome is, or at least their shipping center. And before, they were actually in the same state as I was, so I used to even get things faster, but it doesn't take very long, at least where I am. And not only did they send me the piece and the phase that I needed, but they also sent me the other phase that I already had, another part that I already had. So they kind of double covered me. Also, I got this part right here, which is one of the wings that we already did. So I have doubles for that. I try to hold on to these things because you never know when you might need an extra part. Now, as much effort as it was to get that part, I think that we're talking pretty minimal assembly. So it does identify there's some screws hidden in there, and I've got these parts are right here, and then I've got these screws that are right here. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this part right here and this part right here, and we just attach them together just like that. And then I'm taking these screws, which they gave me 3, so that means we're only gonna be using 2. And I'm gonna be screwing those in right here, just like this. So there's 1, nice and tight, and 2, and okay, just like that. This is going to be helping to hold my arms on later, I do believe, yeah, like it shows right here. So that's all that we're doing in that issue. And then in 78, so I'm going to be bringing together from this package all these parts, plus I have 2 sets of screws in this bag, so don't lose those. There we go. And then all right. So what we're going to be doing is bringing back this little part right here, and let's see here. If I put the pegs down like so, which, nope, flip it over. So this part has to be over here on this side and sticking up like so. Then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking 78A, which I think is this part right here. Yep. And I'm going to be sticking it down onto here with that little notch right there. So you see the little notch? There's a notch right here too. I'm going to be putting those together just like that. And then I'm going to be screwing in one of the QP screws, which is one of these really long ones right here. Right down here in the center. Nice and tight again. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Just like that. Now we're going to be taking this little round piece that is right here, right like that. And I'm going to be sticking it down in here to cover up that screw, I guess. Note that the concave side faces outward. So concave, sure enough, to help. Oh, but it's loose when I do that. Then I'm going to be grabbing this and this. I'm afraid to lay this down and it won't stand up. Oh, it will stand up. There we go. Because it has a little, that little concave piece is just kind of laying in there right now. Next, I'm going to be taking this right here, flipping it over so it's like this. And then I'm going to be sticking this through here so that ball joint looks like that. Next, I'm going to be taking that and sticking it onto here. You'll notice that there's 3 holes right there, 3 holes on here, and then you got this little piece that sticks out right there, which goes in between, into that hole that goes in between. So being really careful as I do this, I'm pushing it down, I guess. Now just to hold it in place, it feels like you got a bit of space in there. I'm a little nervous about it. And a lot of it's because that concave piece. If it wasn't for the concave piece, would it fit? Yes, it would fit. Why is that? Why is it doing that? It's not because of the screw. I've got that tightened down as much as I can. It's not sticking up where it would be pushing on the concave piece. But it is what it is. Let's see here. If I do it without the ball joint, of course, I can fit it on. Well, I'll do it the way they said, though. Either way, even if it's not fitting, is that darn little part. But who knows, maybe that's also going to help it to be a little bit more stiff. So the screws I'm going to be using now are LP screws. I'm actually going to use my other screwdriver, my original one, for this, because I think it'll help me to get it on there nice and tight. Changed my mind. I do like this one with the longer handle. Makes it have a little bit more torque. Okay. I'm going to tighten these up as much as I can without breaking through. Because hopefully that's still going to have enough friction to not just fall down easily. I don't think it's going to be much. I mean, this is shoulders. I don't think it's going to be much shrug. Hopefully. But yeah. Best I can do. That's that. And then it has this piece, which is related to it, but we didn't do anything with it. We just kind of have it to look at, I guess, in the meantime. And then we have all these other parts that we still haven't done anything with. But that is it for those parts. And do our base real quick. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be taking this whole bag out right here. Okay. I don't see any extra stuff because it's all in the box. In the plastic here. And I'm going to be taking this, I'm going to flip it over here, just like so. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this part right here and we're going to be connecting it onto here, just like so, I guess. And we're going to be doing that using some EM screws, which I happen to have right here. This is plastic to metal, so I can tighten it up a little bit more than typical. There we go. And then I got another one. 3. This one goes right where some wires are. Alright. And then once when we have all of that, we're going to flip it over so it shows the battery side up. And we're going to take that and we're going to be sliding it now onto here. Let's see here, which is the best way to do it. It looks like we want for this part right here. So we want to take this part right here and have it with the wire sticking out the back over here. Stick this onto these just like so. And then we are going to be attaching screws, the IM screws here. So nice and tight. Again, I'm going into metal parts, so no worries. And actually, this is metal as well, so pretty nice. And 10. All right. Now, over here, we got this blue wire that's plugged in right here. We're putting this one literally right next to it. So I'm going to be putting it right on in there. Just like that. And then we're going to be installing this. What is this? The post? I think it is the post that actually I could have used earlier when I was trying to stick the post in. So this is the post support right there. I'm also going to be using some IM screws for that. Okay. Woo! And then finally that brings us to this piece right here, which allows me to go ahead and cover up my battery components. Right like that. So that's it. There we go. We are done with that stage of the build. This is actually the next box. I'm gonna take a little peek into it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's worth it. So be sure to stay tuned next time. Want to thank Fanhome for providing us with this model to be able to review, but they also gave us a promo code. So if you're interested in purchasing this, use the code Tony Stark. Also, I'll continue to review these as they come out. So if you can't get it, you can also experience this by proxy. Remember to like, subscribe, comment below. Keep watching. This is your Geek Fix.